Contrarians, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Tuesday, July 27th. First off, today is a huge day for Ripple Labs. This article here asks, how will the events unfold? If you guys don't know, William Hinman will be giving his deposition today regarding XRP and Ripple. Hinman used to work for the SEC, Division of Corporate Finance, and he mentioned that Bitcoin and Ethereum were not securities back in the day. And now Ripple has been granted the right to question him and ask him basically what he thinks of XRP and Ripple. And whatever he decides to say could impact Ripple positively or negatively. So we are keeping an eye out on the price chart right now. But I did want to mention how important it is to have the contrarian mindset when you guys see these news articles come out, and when you see certain CEOs of banks and certain celebrities and CEOs start talking about cryptocurrencies. You really need to question everything. Either you're going to have the contrarian mindset and question everything that comes across your way, or you're going to just accept everything as fact. There is no in between. Either you question everything or you do not. And I'm going to go through some articles here today as to why you should question everything and really ask yourselves, why are these news articles coming out, when they're coming out, and why are these influential people saying they own crypto at these certain times? So first off, if you guys don't remember, Ripple faced the SEC lawsuit for breaking investor protection laws when selling XRP December 22nd. We even had Vitalik Buterin step in and start talking ish on XRP and Ripple, basically stating that looks like Ripple XRP team is sinking to new levels of strangeness. They're claiming that their shitcoin should not be called a security for public policy reasons, namely because Bitcoin and Ethereum are Chinese controlled. And one thing that I found out was very interesting at the end of this article was that it says, while Ethereum may pass for decentralized on the surface, its founders, including Vitalik Buterin, have a more than enough stake to ensure control, no matter how many users vote by staking. Ethereum has so far escaped the scrutiny of the SEC that XRP is now receiving, and the case may not be as clear-cut as the one laid against Ripple Labs. Nevertheless, Ethereum has exhibited many of the characteristics of an ICO without registration or offering any investment protections. And here's the kicker. It says Buterin may be laughing at Ripple and XRP now, but Ethereum 2.0 may soon find themselves back in front of the regulators and fighting a similar battle, which I thought was very interesting. So them switching from proof of work to proof of stake may basically have them fall underneath the scrutiny from the SEC again. Also wanted to point out, at that time when all this news came out at the end of December, literally right during Christmas and the holidays, when Jay Clayton dropped the hammer on December 23rd, shortly thereafter on January 13th, the Grayscale XRP Trust announced that it had commenced dissolution and liquidated its assets. And how do you think that impacted the price? Remember, this was the Max Fear event here, which was the best time to buy. We say this all the time. If you're new to this channel, which we've had about 1,000 new subscribers come in just the last month, so thank you for all being here. But we've covered this time and time again on the channel. We had the huge run up for the Flare Network December 12th, and then we had the SEC come out on the 23rd, drop the hammer, boom, everything got smacked down to 17 cents, which was the best time to buy. And then during this time frame, you had Grayscale coming out saying they were dissolving their XRP trust. So the Max Fear event that took place right here was literally the best time to buy, because if you did so, you were up 1,000% if you bought during the most scary times right here, during the Max Fear event, 1,000%. This is why you must have the contrarian mindset, because while everybody was panic selling their bags right there, that was the best time to buy. And that's where a lot of institutions and basically smart investors, smart retail investors all stepped in here and bought up all that fear. And sure enough, if you did so, you could have gotten a 10x gain, assuming that you sold the top. As far as we go, we are accumulators and we continue to add to our positions. And here we go right now. Looks like 50 cents did hold, and we are anticipating that we do get on moving out of here as news comes out from Hinman. But that is not for sure. So no matter what happens, we will still be adding to our bags if we get a drop down. Otherwise, if we go up here, we will just go ahead and let the market do its thing. But keep in mind that at that time, You know, you had all this negative news. XRP plunged 25%. SEC files lawsuit. Sinking. Ripple denied XRP as a security. You know, all this scary FUD and uncertainty, fear, and doubt was implemented into the market here. And as we stated, that was the best time to buy. And if you go back over here, there was a max hype event that took place right here. And I'm going to play this for you guys because I had discussed this in an older video back earlier this year when we didn't have that many subscribers. And the max hype event that took place here was January 5th, 2018. And I can't play this video for you right now because I will get a copyright strike, but I can play it without audio. So this is Brian Kelly, for those of you guys that do not know. Brian Kelly with his dumbass glasses here talking about how to buy Ripple on January 5th, 2018. And he's basically stating, hey guys, I think it's a great idea to buy Ripple right now, okay? It's probably going to be going up here soon. Everybody's getting into it. If we go over here, we can go ahead. We'll go ahead. Let's take a look at the chart now. We can see here that, you know, it's going up here. All you have to do is just enter in your buy orders here and your sell orders here. And yeah, you know, it's a great project. You know, they're doing a lot of good stuff here. Literally at the very top of the market. January 5th, 2018, CNBC. You couldn't time it any better than that. And had you bought there, you would have watched your money drop 96% at the low here. This is why we do not trust mainstream media. We do not trust D-bags like Brian Kelly to give us the news. We do our own research. We find our own suppressed assets. That's why it's very, very important that you have to consider and take everything with a grain of salt and have the contrarian mindset and literally question everything. When CNBC is coming out and telling you how to buy Ripple, you should be looking the other way. You should know that that's probably your time to sell. Okay, just had a crazy run up there, and then they're literally showing you how to buy on TV. Absolutely crazy. But if you have the contrarian mindset, you'll notice that a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin dropping below 29K and how the Grayscale unlocking their 16,000 Bitcoins was going to be very, very bearish for the market. And we sent this out in our newsletter here. We're not here to distract or deter you guys. We are retail investors just like you. And we know that the billionaires and institutions can only make money off of us, which is why we stated that the overall sentiment was bearish for the market because of this unlocking. But as contrarians, we always like to do the exact opposite of what mainstream opinion is. So we are viewing this as bullish. Many alts we've been discussing are in very nice setups. So we are anticipating this should be the last flush out of the retail investors. All right. So we stated that, and then what happened? July 19th. We released that in our newsletter. Where were we at? Right over here. Literally at the very bottom, we said that that was going to be positive for the market when everybody was freaked out and scared. And you had a nice 33% gain on your money shortly after that newsletter came out. So if you guys know what's good for you and you want some free information and you want some great content, sign up for the newsletter. Very, very easy. We have a free version and we have a paid version if you guys want to support the channel, where we go over all of our trade updates, assets that we're looking at, sleeper projects, and exit strategies. So check us out. If you want to support the channel, it's a great way to do so. And next up, also keeping in mind with how all these celebrities and large investors come out, you have to question, why is Ray Dalio now coming out in May after Bitcoin has had an epic run and it went up, you know, all the way up to 64,000 basically. Ray Dalio, one of the biggest hedge fund managers worth billions of dollars, now comes out and says, I have some Bitcoin on May 24th. Why is he coming out now? I mean, this guy is a professional trader. This is what he does for his life's work, is trade and invest, and people trust him the most, basically, judged upon his Bridgewater Associates company. He is the #1 company in hedge funds. Bridgewater Associates, largest hedge fund firms. Why is he just now coming out stating that he thinks that Bitcoin is a good idea and that he owns some? That was literally back in May, you know. You have to be coming out here stating that I mean, he's not going to come out and tell you that he owns any Bitcoin when it's $4,000 and it would be the scariest time to buy, right? He's going to come out and tell you that he owns Bitcoin when it's already up 15x. Really? Who's buying this? You guys should not be buying this stuff when you see these Michael Saylors and Elon Musks come out here stating that they own Bitcoin. It doesn't take much research to go ahead and find out that the new financial system is being built right in front of your eyes and Bitcoin has no part in it. Zero part Bitcoin has in the new financial system. Yet Ray Dalio from Bridgewater Associates, largest hedge fund, is now coming out saying, I own a little bit of Bitcoin. What about Ethereum? What about any of the other assets, Xrp, Xlm, any other top 20s? Ray Dalio has whole teams of people that do research for him. You mean to tell me that they're not looking at other assets? I mean, go to the Digital Currency Group website and look at their team. I did this just to see where we're at here. We all know about Barry Silbert, biggest Bitcoin evangelist. He has a great track record. He started the Second Market, which was acquired by NASDAQ in 2015. He's been listed from Fortune's, basically 40 under 40 list. His resume is awesome, but look at the people that he's hiring, okay? Look at his director of investments, Matt Beck. Where do you think Matt Beck came from? Bridgewater Associates, okay? He was part of the team at Bridgewater, and he crossed over to Digital Currency Group. Let's go on to the next guy, Jason Yakovon. Used to work Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Okay? How about this guy, Jonathan Hahn? Where did he come from? Bridgewater Associates, fundamental analyst. You mean to tell me Ray Dalio just now is coming out talking about being into Bitcoin? Come on. The billionaires cannot be trusted. You guys got to find your own assets. You guys got to do your research. If you don't want to do your research, sign up for the newsletter. But all you have to do is literally just dive in and see what's going on here. It took me 10 minutes to pull this stuff up. All right? And then you got Jed McCaleb over here. Okay? He founded Ripple, crossed over to XLM, Stellar Lumens, but he also founded Mt. Gox, literally 3 of the biggest projects in crypto. Multi-billionaire. Okay? And then it says here that McCaleb is probably watching the Ripple lawsuit very closely, praying that Ripple wins. And this was because Jeremy Hogan had said that basically McCaleb could be considered part of Ripple with the way their deal worked out. And he's praying that essentially that Ripple is not considered a security. But you also have him coming out talking about selling $1 billion XRP, but the dude still has 4.7 billion left. And who's to say that he's not selling it and buying his own company in XLM, or just selling it and buying it back just to create news articles? I mean, who knows? You have to question these things, though. But when you see these things come out, it definitely impacts the price, right? Here we go. Mt. Gox, Ripple, Stellar. This guy founded literally 3 of the biggest projects in the crypto space. And you could think that he doesn't know Digital Currency Group guys over here. He's not pals with, maybe he's not pals directly with Barry Silbert, although he probably is. But you think these guys aren't all talking together, manipulating the markets? Of course they are. But we can ride their coattails and we can make a killing too, right? You see articles like this come out. Ripple's XRP, what about now? Swift announces cross-border payments in seconds. Okay, Swift, you're announcing cross-border payments in seconds, but did we forget that you guys are all tied together when it comes to R3 and the ISO coins, and how Swift works with Visa and they're working with Algorand and Ripple and XDC? Did we forget that they're all tied together here? That Swift is basically wrote the ISO code all the way back in 2000. We covered this in the last video. Swift is working with XDC, with Ripple directly. It's not that one of them is going to overtake the other. They're all working in conjunction together. Remember, R3 was formed by Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, HSBC, Barclays, ING, UBS, Credit Suisse, RBS, Royal Bank of Canada, and Wells Fargo. Yet, the UBS CEO says crypto is an untested asset class and he isn't worried about missing out on clients. Remember this? Ralph Hammers. He says, we feel that crypto itself is still an untested asset category, yet his company is literally funding the technology for R3 and is funding all the ISO coins that it's working on. They're literally building the infrastructure right in front of your eyes, yet they're flat out denying it to the public's face. Ask yourself, why is Ralph Hammers, the CEO of UBS Group, totally ignoring the fact that UBS, it's so obvious to see what's taking place here. HSBC CEO says bank not into Bitcoin due to concerns over volatility. Well, the whole crypto market is volatile, and he said the bank has no plans to start a cryptocurrency trading desk or offer digital assets to its customers because the asset class is too volatile. Yet, HSBC is part of the 9 banks. HSBC is part of the 9 banks that founded R3, the core to blockchain, allowing businesses to process business-to-business transactions and bank transactions on their blockchain, utilizing the ISO tokens, XDC, Algorand, Ripple. It's literally all there right in front of your face. Yet these guys are going to sit here and deny it in front of your face. Here, Barclays, another one. Barclays is part of those 9 banks, but yet Barclays private bank slams Bitcoin as almost uninvestable. It says, with spikes in volatility that are multiples of that typically experienced by risk assets such as equities or oil, many would probably throw the cryptocurrency out of any portfolio in a typical mean variance optimization. Yet, they're all part of these banks that are funding the core to blockchain. Give me a break. It is so obvious. They're trying to deter you from investing in these assets because they have yet to either pack their bags or they're not ready to release it to the public yet. One of the two. I'm not sure which one it is yet. But all these banks are involved. All of their CEOs are denying it. Yet they are all part of R3 and the core to blockchain. And it's absolutely insane. And then we got Bank of America over here, though. They'll come out, though, and they'll say that they'll filing a patent for settlement system citing Ripple. That was back in 2019. Bank of America will come out, and there's a couple other banks that'll say that they're involved in crypto. But UBS, Barclays, HSBC, they're all denying it for whatever reason. And then you have the former chair, Mary Jo White, from the SEC, defends Ripple, saying that they're basically dead wrong. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're dead wrong legally and factually. White claimed that the agency she once led made a blunder in suing Ripple for the alleged sale of unlicensed securities. Keep in mind, they've known about Ripple for how long? 2012? 2012, and they're supposed to protect investors, yet they waited to bring a lawsuit to them 8 years later. Coincidentally enough, right after the flare hype on December 12th, they decided to drop the hammer after they had this huge run up from July. Literally, it went up 340% from July of last year all the way up until November. And then it started to consolidate here, and then they dropped the hammer right after the huge run up, and their whole job as the SEC is to protect investors. Doing a real good job at that, aren't they? That's why I said it's all a dog and pony show. It's all smoke and mirrors. You have to find the suppressed assets. You have to know what you're invested in. You know that Ripple is valued at $10 billion. And to top it all off, Ripple CEO says it's highly likely the crypto company will go public once SEC lawsuit is resolved. And that's why, because they raised their Series C of $200 million, and that's the last round before a company goes public. And Garlinghouse was also quoted as saying 99% of cryptocurrencies are going to go away. Which ones do you think are going to survive? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the ones that were funded by the 9 banks. XDC, Xrp, Algorand, and Stellar Lumens. All part of the plan. So, if you guys like the content, please sign up for the newsletter. It's a great way to support the channel. Like I said, we have the free version and the paid version. Obviously, drop us a like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you all in the next video.